But did you want to make any comments about what's going on?
No.
Okay.
No, they've asked me not to.
Caller 10 taking questions, and Missouri State President Richard Biff Williams after speaking exclusively to one of the plaintiffs in a civil lawsuit filed against Williams. It's a story you won't see anywhere else.
That's right. Hazel Sainsbury is one of 3 accusing Williams of a hostile and toxic work environment and claims there was a lack of accountability during Williams' time as the head of Utah Tech. Caller 10's Parker Padgett has been on campus all day trying to get more answers from the Missouri State Board of Governors as well as Biff Williams himself.
Yeah, the Missouri State Board of Governors told us this morning that in mid-June, Biff Williams told them about an issue, but they say they were not aware of this specific situation before offering him the job. Now, I spoke to one of the plaintiffs in that suit against Williams, and she says that leadership, regardless of the school, should be held to a higher standard than the students they're in charge of.
The main reason why I'm open to interviewing with you is because I care about young people. I care about what happens on college campuses.
Hazel Sainsbury is one of the 3 plaintiffs in a suit involving current Missouri State President Richard Biff Williams from his time at Utah Tech. Much of the attention from the suit is focused on a vegetable display Williams left on a coworker's porch, writing a letter blaming the prank on Title IX coordinators, including Sainsbury. But Sainsbury says the suit is much more than that display.
It's easy to read it and sort of see the comedic side of things and embrace that. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, of course. But I think it underscores what can happen at an institution when these protections are not supported by the administration.
The suit alleges the plaintiffs were met with intimidation, harassment, and retaliation from leaders at Utah Tech, including Biff Williams.
It's difficult when that leadership isn't there, and it's difficult when it becomes a toxic work environment as you push for that support. And so I would just say it's challenging, it's professionally disappointing.
I caught up with Williams on campus today and asked him about the lawsuit. I know that you're probably not going to make any comments, but did you want to make any comments about what's going on?
No.
Okay.
No, they've asked me not to.
They've asked you not to?
Yeah.
Any response to students' concerns?
I met with the students.
We talked to students with different views of the suit and the impact on MSU's campus.
It honestly does not seem that bad. I mean, he was making a joke, as we all do. The joke was not that bad, in my opinion. It honestly just seems like this nasty thing that's just been following him.
If he's expecting us to be held to a higher standard, he needs to mimic that as well and show that he is being held to a higher standard as well.
Williams has addressed students over the past several days with an email apology as the story continued to break.
We have a responsibility to make sure that these places, universities, are safe places, and we're choosing the types of leaders who can embody those values.
Sainsbury says her main goal in the suit is accountability.
We have to create the premise that we cannot hold our students at a much higher standard than we do our executive leadership.
At this time, no discipline has been announced for Williams by the Missouri State Board of Governors. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Padgett, Color 10 News.